Well, good afternoon, board. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. So today we're discussing the operational improvement with the board of the Kiama Community College. So firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the land on which we meet on today, and the elders past, present, and those emerging. So today we're going to talk about a few areas relating to the organisation and the strategic business unit, being that of CPR and first aid. We're going to look at the forces of change, those external factors that influence the things that we should be doing, the area of operations. We're going to be having a look at some of the benefits to change management and why it would be of benefit for us to move in a different way, very much like our competitors. We will look at some risks and barriers, and then I'll run quickly through some key recommendations, but everything else will be detailed in the report that we sent out to you very shortly. First, let's look at some areas that our competitors are doing. Currently, we're delivering our CPR first aid course completely face-to-face, which is about a 7 to 8 hour day, which is quite a long day overall. Most of our competitors now, all of our competitors that currently are delivering that in a blended format, so being the theory section online prior to the practical day, and then that practical component online. So that allows about a 3 to 4 hour day to do both first aid and CPR, only about an hour and a bit to do CPR, and 2 or 3 hours to do first aid, if able to be broken up for recertification processes. Why has that come about? I believe that currently there is no clear leader in that change management space that has had the ability to look outside of the organisation and then bring the learnings into the organisation and therefore run with that internally at present. So that's definitely an area we need to look at, and that goes across the board, is a change manager to be able to look externally and then bring that information internally. So the SBU, or the area of operations, is our first aid and CPR training. We do a lot of community organisations, and we do have a lot of goodwill built up with those community organisations, but it does become a very long day when you're doing 3 or 4 hours of practical work and some theory, and then you have to sit down and answer over 100 questions, either individually or as a group. It makes for a very long exit point at the end of the day. Most people are quite brain dead by that point in time, not really taking that information in. So it's definitely an area that we need to examine. The resistance to change, the benefits, I don't really think there will be much resistance. Obviously, some of the older folk that have been doing this for a very long time and doing most of it on all face-to-face, there may be some resistance there, but I really don't think we're going to get much resistance, especially externally. The benefits, we could run more courses, essentially. There's going to be a better user and customer experience and greater consolidation of the learnings that they get to do online and then bring that to the course. There might be some questions they want to answer, or just that consolidation because they've already done the online component and that theory component, and then they're coming in to do the practical. So I think overall the benefits as a customer experience will be significantly better, and I think there's also that chance that we could run more courses and service the community much better. Risks and barriers, there is going to be some language issues. Just the other day we were running one for a group of new refugees, so there was some language barriers there which we all did need to overcome, and I think that'll be the same online. So there will be some tailoring and customization that will need to be done for those groups that have some level of language barriers, but they're very minimum at this point in time, and I think it's an area that we can easily customize a training package for that group specifically. So I don't see too much problem with that. Accessibility for people with a disability, I think, is there as well, and obviously internet access, but that could be across the board. Recommendations, I think we start with our internal staff and get everybody recertified, and then it gives us a chance to obtain some feedback as they go before, during, and after that process. So then we can make some small and significant changes if need be. Then I think we roll it out to 1 or 2 of our long-term customers and be very open with them what we're doing, and potentially give them some level of a discount to do that course. And then once we get that feedback and then we retailer how we need to deliver it, I think then we go out to market, and then obviously a marketing plan to say, hey, this is how we'll be running our first aid and CPR now, and then we can customize the user experience as we go down that path. Thank you very much for your time today, and as I said, this document will be sent out very shortly to everybody for comment and review, and then we can all catch up again in a couple of weeks' time to add any changes or to discuss this this change further. Thank you all very much.